What's up, guys? This is your boy Ted, the review guy, and today I'll be reviewing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus series. And if you haven't seen the series, please go and watch it and come back and so we can discuss it. This is your only spoiler warning. I'll be discussing a lot of major plot points or things that happen there. Not everything, but like a lot of them. So yeah, please go and watch it and then come back and watch this video and we can talk about it. So the series begins where an Avengers Endgame ended with Captain America's Steve Rogers handing over the shield to Sam, the Falcon, and Sam does say that the shield feels like it belongs to someone else, and so the series begins from there where he's still struggling with that thing that it belongs to someone else. And for me, I took it as a thing of he needs to become someone else, not just the Falcon or not just Sam Wilson. So we get to discover that with him in the show and how he becomes this someone else and actually gets to be Captain America as Steve intended. And as we all know, Sam's background is that he's a vet and he was trying to help soldiers come back to the normal civilization, or being a civilian basically. So he always had a good heart, and he knows how to talk to people and all of that stuff. So when you go into the series, you can just you remember all of that about Sam and why certain decisions that he's making are the way they are basically. So yeah, he hands over the shield to the government, and the government plays him and decides to choose someone else to be Captain America and introduces that person in a very strange way. They blindsided Sam basically. They didn't consult with him, even though he was the one who decided that the shield should be kept in a museum for remembering Steve Rogers, basically the legacy of Steve Rogers. And before the reveal of the new Captain America, we see another side of the MCU basically that they never show, and that's why I really love the Captain America movies and how they had grounded consequences basically, because these other movies had the bigger picture, always had the bigger picture, but Captain America movies always dealt with stuff that's on the ground and how these bigger things affect the people on the ground. So yeah, I really like that. The new Captain America has some weird energy. When he comes in, you just feel the weird energy, and when they introduce him, he seems like he has a Purple Heart type of thing. He got a Medal of Honor 3 times or something like that. Sure, he is a great soldier, but he felt wrong. Like he felt, because we were comparing him obviously to Steve Rogers, and we got more of a background to him than the new Captain America. And it's not John Walker's fault that we compared him to Steve Rogers. It's the mantle itself, it's the legacy and the standard that Captain America put out there. And yeah, and with the new Captain America, we see a lot of America's ideals being realized, like the whole blonde hair, blue eyes thing, but also his attitude is very like, yeah, America, this, this above anything else. It's either the American way or you're gonna be dealt with type of attitude, and that's what John Walker basically presents to us when he gets introduced, and that clashes with Steve Rogers' ideals, because he was more of, I do not want bullies of any sorts. Like, even if you are an American, if you're a bully, I don't like you. But with John Walker, you feel like if that bully was American, he would let it slide because it's an American bully type thing. So yeah, that's where people started not liking John Walker and started even taking those not liking John Walker to the actor himself. What's his name? Wyatt Russell. Yeah, and they started sending death threats to him. That was very sad. I didn't like that at all because he hadn't done anything, and comic book people know the history of the character, the new Captain America that's been introduced, of John Walker. And I don't know why they were sending death threats to him, because he's supposed to play that type of character, and everyone knows that nobody liked John Walker even in the comics for a while, and because of the type of and who he was basically replacing. So which was weird for me to see, like, why like people would hate the actor, you know. Yes, the character is not likable, it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, anyway, coming back to the series, we're seeing Sam dealing with a lot of stuff like we get introduced to the bad guys of the series, the Flag Smashers, who are not basically bad guys. They are people who are trying to rectify the wrongs that are being done by the governments of the world after the blip, or after the 5-year period of people being snapped away. So those people that were snapped away, their houses were left or whatever, so people that were left behind moved in, and they didn't know what's going to happen, if people are going to come back or not. Like, people were gone, like without a trace. So it's not their fault that the world had to change within that 5 years. So they moved in, people got new jobs, you know, people got better jobs because there was no one at the top, maybe in some companies, and a lot of things had changed. And so when people came back, those things were affected, like places to live, jobs, and all of that stuff. People wanted to move back to their family homes that they left because nothing had changed on their side, but a lot has changed on the people that were left behind. And so the Flag Smashers' goal were to basically bring that in and make it one thing. And their leader, Carly Morgan House or something like that, Carly, she and they are all like super soldiers. They had the serum, but the serum didn't change them like it changed Steve Rogers. It just made them as strong, but without physically changing them. As we all know, the serum turns good to even great, but it turns bad to worse, basically. So it depends who takes the serum. And John Walker, we see him how he confronts the Flag Smashers and all of that stuff. Like, he's all about the American attitude and just wanting things to go his way, and Sam is trying to take it in a better way. And Bucky also has his own path. And we get introduced to Bucky in terms of he's going through therapy, trying to rectify his wrongs, and he sees what happens to Captain America's shield and the new Captain America, because he thought Sam was going to be the one who takes the shield, and confronts Sam about it. And then he joins him on his missions to try and take down the Flag Smashers, and eventually leads them to them meeting the new Captain America. And they don't like the way he's approaching things, and the clash starts from there. So a lot of callbacks were made with the other movies, especially the guy who hijacked the ship in Captain America Winter Soldier. That opening came back, and he has a grudge on Sam Wilson, or the Falcon himself, and we eventually met Sharon Carter, who also I'll talk about the reveal at later on the video. And yeah, so even Rhodes showed up in the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, I really loved how the growth between Bucky and Sam was handled, in their relationship was handled throughout the series. It was just amazing. It was like my favorite character development since they had fought in the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and it's just amazing. Well, a little callbacks when Bucky didn't want to, Sam didn't want to move his seat when they were in the VW Beetle. Yeah, and that happens also when they meet Zemo, and we get to see Zemo again. He's been locked up since Civil War event, and yeah, there was a thing with Zemo. The reason Zemo was around was that they needed his help to get the serum, the person who made the serum, and they meet the guy, and obviously Zemo wants to do things his own way. He wants to kill everyone that is involved with the serum or takes the serum in terms of in the wrong way. And they even have a talk about how Steve was a special case. The other people are basically supremacists because of how they are handling everything else. That was a good conversation, and Sam also took that to the leader of the Flag Smashers, and explained that what they are doing is basically what all these tyrants of the world of the past, they thought their way was the right way, even hurting people in their way, and that led them to be identified as supremacists. And Carly didn't want to believe that, and she still thought her way was the way, and that's the ideals of the supremacists, because they never think they are wrong, which was an interesting take on everything that was happening. And then I really enjoyed the story of Isaiah Bradley, also a veteran that was overlooked by America, and who was tortured, and tests done on him just so they can replicate the serum. And like, the performances were just so great that every time they spoke about that, you see the hurt on Sam's face, and Sam has been going through a lot also outside of his Falcon persona. When he's at home, he has to deal with banks not helping black people in America, and he has to deal with that. And a lot of people they only want to see the Falcon part and not want to see the black part. They don't want to take him as a whole. And then even if you are doing great things for the country of America, they never seem to acknowledge black people. And these are the things that are not seen by the grander scale of America, of the MCU, and I love how they show these side stories. And then the thing with Sharon being the power broker, for me, it doesn't, looking at her history in the MCU doesn't fit so well. Even though in the comic she does get betrayed by the country and goes work for the Red Skull and all of that stuff. I get that. There it was end than what it is now. Here I feel like because we had so much limited time, it didn't feel end that she became the power broker and wants to take down or wants to rule the underworld the way she did. Because I mean, at least show us that she tried to get back to the world, and that's when they hurt her even more, because she just went on a run after the Civil War misunderstanding thing where she stole Captain America's shield and Sam's wings to try and help them to go find Zemo or stop Zemo. And for me, I feel like if she went in and explained herself after everyone was back, everything should have worked out for her and she could have not became the power broker. But it doesn't feel like, it feels like a story is missing where she actually gets hurt, because they do mention that the people that hurt you want to set things right, all of that stuff, and you want to do it your way. But they talk about that, but for me it felt a bit not earned. And so Carly goes down the deep hole where she kills Battlestar, and Battlestar is John Walker's best friend, and that sets John Walker to the deep end, where he kills someone in front of the whole world while the whole world was watching, and in that process tarnishing the legacy of Captain America. And that, for me, I feel like it wasn't addressed enough, even by the public, that he killed someone. It wasn't addressed enough. I wanted like the actual legacy of Captain America being tarnished around, like seeing pictures of the shield all bloodied up because of what John Walker did and all of that stuff. And then I wanted that to be Sam's way of cleaning up everything when eventually he gets to be Captain America. It wasn't addressed enough, but mostly they focused on John Walker himself and what he was going through, losing his friend and just the serum taking over. So that's fine, but I also just wanted the other side of everything happening also. So it was quite interesting to see how they did not deal with the whole bloodied shield and stuff. And then Kali killed Battlestar, but then John Walker didn't actually go after Kali the way I wanted him to go after Kali, and maybe kill more people because he was so dark, going deep into the deep hole. But they made the redemption so quick for me that I feel like also the redemption was not as earned, because a lot of things were not addressed. But maybe it's because of the whole thing being had to be cut short, basically. I heard that there was a storyline that they had to cut because of the pandemic, but it was also going to be connected with a virus and all of that stuff. I think that was going to fill a lot of holes, maybe if they included 1 or 2 more episodes, maybe. I just wanted to see John Walker going down the deep hole and then being pulled back up, because in the comics before, like he deals with in the comics he deals with being good and being bad. Like he's in the fence, basically. Sometimes he does bad, all in the name of America, basically, because he started off as super patriot or something like that, which is very on brand with America. And then he later becomes a US agent, and who he becomes here. And I feel like the darkness that he was gonna go through, if he went down the rabbit hole, was gonna end him the suit being blacker, and I feel like that was gonna be more impactful. But that's just me. But I did enjoy everything about him, the way he acted, and I just want to say the highlight of the whole series. It's obviously the last two episodes, but the speech that Sam gave at the end, that was amazing. It got me very teary, and what he did for Isaiah Bradley, like that was just amazing. Like I was very emotional there, and he was speaking the truth. Obviously, when it comes to the governments of the world having the power to fix the world in the click of a button, or a phone call, they choose not to because they wanna, I don't know, they have an agenda of sorts or whatever. And I liked how he confronted them, and that was just amazing. And I enjoyed the comeback of the Dora Milaje. So that was brilliant, and how they kicked John Walker's ass, and it was just amazing. And everyone was just watching and drinking their alcohol there. It was it was beautiful. I enjoyed that. And a lot of, like, there were so many callbacks that were there, like when Carly was fighting Sam, and he wanted Sam to stay down, and Sam was like no. And that's just a callback to how Captain America never stays down. He has the line, "I can do this all day," and I loved seeing that line. I love seeing that. I also loved seeing how the Dora Milaje was able to disarm the Winter Soldier or Bucky so easily. Like, it was crazy. And there was also like light moments in the series whereby the tiny parties, and Bucky going to help Sam's family about everything. And when they spoke, Sam and Bucky, about things and how things should be, and what the shield means. There's so many things about the shield, so many stories, so many I guess there's a lot of complications when it comes to the shield. And Sam highlighted that when it comes to him being a black guy, being Captain America as a black person, and how he's gonna be judged by everyone, especially black people who will argue that he shouldn't fight for a country that doesn't care for them. And his argument is that they've built this country. There's no way he's gonna fight. He's not gonna fight for it, even though they don't want that. There's no way he cannot not fight for the country that they have built. So I enjoy those dynamics, the politics that come with that. And yeah, also I feel like the spiral of Carly, her not realizing that what she's doing, trying to save the world the way she wanted to save the world, wasn't the best way to save the world or to save her people. Yeah, and I like how Sam also addressed the fact that how can a child fight so much and is willing and died for a cause and be supported by so many people, and the governments of the world don't even look into what the problem is, because the mandate was clear of the flag smashers, what they wanted and all of that stuff. So it was just so much. There's so much that is being revealed in the show, and it's exposing a lot of issues also in America or around the world on how governments treat people. And yeah, I enjoyed seeing that a lot. I really loved the series, and I'm happy that Sam became Captain America the way he did, and how he approached this whole thing, and how he got accepted by everyone, even including John Walker, even though they had a fight and had to take the shield from him. And I feel like that's like a thing that Black Americans should do also. It's like they need to take their place by force, because it is clear that America doesn't really care. So and that's what I've been seeing with the protests and how justice is being like how they are fighting for justice by force, and by the, like, in terms of protest type of force, not beating people up, but like that type of force. For me, I feel like that's the only way they will get justice. That's the only way they will get acknowledged by America as a whole, is if they fight for their place in America. Yeah, maybe I'm interpreting the whole thing wrong. Tell me what you think. And yeah, there's a lot of political stuff in the show, and I enjoyed them. I hope you did too. And yeah, thank you for coming to my review. I know it's a messy review, but it's a lot of series. There's so much to talk about in the series itself. I didn't want to go through every little detail. But yeah, I enjoyed the series so much. Yeah, I want to see more. It's probably going to continue in Armor Wars, or I don't know which other thing that is based on these down-to-earth type of battles, I guess. It's the Armor Wars is the only one that I think would, because of we already see Rhodes and now Sharon as the power broker being welcomed back into America and all of that stuff. So we shall see how that works out, but I'm hoping that it works out very well, and I'm hoping that more movies will show that. And also Madam Hydra, that's gonna show up in Black Widow. Looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm waiting for Loki now, so that's gonna take us elsewhere in the world, in the bigger scale of the MCU that we used to. So I'm looking forward to that too. We are done with the grounded stuff, WandaVision and the Winter Soldier. We are going up now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long review. I hope you enjoyed the series as much as I did. Please like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.